traders, Mike Hamilton here for Trade Easy Way, and just got 3 suggestions for you. Just be careful of this Dow because we've come down here 2, 3, 4 times and just bounced. My suggestion is just keep shorting resistance levels and see if it cracks. We've got the rate decision out now. Markets are not happy. Second lower close on the weekly chart, so I would suggest you see if we come up to 250, 300, that sort of area, and see if that works out. Just be very careful about, probably going to hit lower volumes this week, this coming week, with New Year's Eve on Thursday, Christmas Day on Friday. So just be cautious, just be careful. But all the moving averages are above us on the daily chart, and next stop looks at least 950, and we look as if we could be heading down for 16,000. But take it easy, let's just see what's going to happen. But the trend is down, the path of least resistance is down, short pullbacks is my suggestion. The other one, this is the pound yen. Huge drop. I've been way too bullish on this in the recent past. Hands up, I got this wrong. Big move down here. Started to short, and now we are sort of getting this capitulation. And I mean, last time we came down here, we pushed up to 187. I would just, same story as the Dow, I would suggest you try and get short around about the 181, 750, 182 area to see. It looks as if this one could be heading for 175 on the pound yen. Euro, I would leave alone. You can see that we have a little cluster. And that looks as if that wants to come back up to 113. And ultimately, if we can get going on this, who knows, maybe into next year. I think 2016 could see a recovery in the euro. Very aggressive easing. A lot of money has been flowing into Europe. German exports are up 5% this year. There are other problems across Europe, of course, some obvious ones. We have some emerging economies on the edge of Europe as well, suffering, areas like Ukraine suffering from oil, but that's obviously a small economy. Greece is an obvious one. Italy and Spain are still in very, very early recovery stages. But, so would I buy this one? No, I wouldn't. Not yet. I'd want to see at least a more convincing close on Monday. The other one I was looking at is this Aussie New Zealand. We've got a lot of history in it on this area. If I put the support right across the screen, you can see that is a huge area we've just bounced off. So I would look to see if this can recover to 110. So very interesting one. Try and get in as low as you can. This is a very shallow move, so I would even try and get 106.50. Hardly above that. That's a tiny pullback. You might even try and get 106 if it starts to drop during the day, but I would bid for that and then see if we get filled. Okay, as for gold, quick look at gold and oil. Still very, very much in the downtrend. Let's fib it. I know you can't see the bars. Let's just look at the big picture for now. And the last big move was here. So it looks as if we're coming down to 970, 960. All we're doing at the moment is consolidating. You can see we looked okay on this one, hit a resistance area, came down. I think the same could be true of this. We could be hitting some more resistance areas before we get the next leg down. So it's tough trading something that's behaving like this. So I mean, it's not something I'm going to engage with, if I'm honest. So why am I looking at it? Good point. But I don't think, I mean, if it comes up into 1080 or higher, we might get the next leg down. Oil is still just not holding. So the likely price for oil, I think we're going to see 31, 30, around about the $30. Some people are talking about $20. I don't go with that. I think at some stage into next year we will start to see a recovery, because the investment levels, the rig counts, etc., have dropped quite significantly. At some stage, if the US continues to pick up and Europe picks up, I think demand will increase and there will be a squeeze on the price of oil, and we could see at the very least something like this. I'm certainly not buying it now, but this is a long move to the downside back in until we hit this level in August, and then we saw quite a nice move to the upside. So I would expect some further legs down to this fib level, and then potentially a push into 40 and 50. So into the back end of next year, this time next year, I would expect to at least have tested 50, if not to be up there. And if we look at the pound US, we just closed between underneath a major pivotal level down there at 149. So at that rate, I think we could be heading for 145 on the pound. But if we can close back above 150 anytime soon, then expect a recovery, and potentially if we start closing above 152, that could climb back to the top of that box. Okay, so I like the Aussie New Zealand long, I like the pound yen short, and I like the Dow short. Quick recap on the Dow on Friday. Just be careful of the DAX, because of the aggressive easing in Europe, there is a mismatch between the DAX and the Dow. And so if you look at the 5-minute chart on this one, just for the open, this was a classic breakdown at the open. We had a sell signal just before the US opened, and then we had the open range. Where are we? Here. So there's quite a large open range, 350 to, wow, is that 50? Yeah, it's over 50, about 55 point open range. So quite high. And then into, sorry. So just as we came into the top of the hour, we closed underneath that. Just 5 minutes into the into the next hour. Well, sorry, the second half of the first hour. just after 3 o'clock, and then closed on down there, and it was just any highs were sold into as we went along. Okay, so whereas the DAX did something else. The DAX did the open range. It dipped down into some overnight support, pulled back above the open range into some overnight resistance, and then started to come down. Whereas this one just couldn't get above that initial opening price, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to the downside. Okay, I hope that helps. So all you Scalper School members, just keep your eyes on that one, but take it easy in these last few days of the year, or last few days of Christmas I should say, and see where we go. Right, so I'm not in the room Monday morning. I'm only around for Traders Roundtable because of the conference I'm flying into tonight. Alright, thanks very much and bye for now.